Christ. Alright, let me see the USA Today article for like the full scope here. Someone said this is like a really good all-encompassing explanation for what's happened. So vanished 2 days ago, I knew that. They've been trying to locate it ever since. I think they set up a 900-mile perimeter or something like that, I think I read. Yep, here. Oh no, 900 miles east of Cape Cod. Oh. It's very different. I was like, 900 mile perimeter is pretty solid. You can cover a lot of ground with that. Okay. Sunday night, it lost contact with a support ship. About an hour and 45 after submerging. Jesus, so like almost instantly. Because it's like an 8-hour journey. So that happening at an hour 45 is pretty much right off rip. It went tits up immediately. Jim Bellingham, a Johns Hopkins University expert on deep sea operations, told USA Today there's 3 possible locations for the submersible. One possibility is that it could be floating on the ocean's surface after an electrical failure or some other mishap. Another is that it's drifting in the water column anywhere between the surface and the bottom because it became buoyantly neutral. Or it could be on the sea floor, perhaps tangled with something that won't let it float to the top. The first one is by far the best position, Bellingham said, because even though it would be difficult to spot the 21-foot-long Titan amidst the waves, the Coast Guard is just awesome at this. They have amazing capability to see something pretty small in the ocean. Yeah, I think he's probably right on the money. The best case scenario is that they are floating somewhere out in the surface. Anything else is a little rough. God, that's so fucking terrifying. Because if it is actually on the seabed, like, how are they supposed to save it? Like, how are you supposed to rescue them? Like, let's say, so the update from CNN 9 minutes ago was that they heard banging, which I think sounds like good news. It leads me to believe that they might still be alive. So they were hearing, like, banging on the equipment. How are you supposed to save them if they're on the seafloor? 13, like, are you supposed to send another Titan vessel down there? Like, you're gonna, like, put one together with more Camping World equipment? Like, how are you supposed to save them? So even if you do locate them, you can do nothing to really help. That's fucking terrifying. A magnet like Breaking Bad. Oh my god, sign this man up to NASA. What if you get a huge magnet and you just start putting it over the ocean and see if it starts bringing him to the top? This man's thinking with galaxy brain. You haven't seen nothing? Look up Project Azorian to see how they could do this. How they could rescue it? Project Azorian? Sounds like something out of a comic book. Project Azorian was a U.S. Central Intelligence Agency project to recover a Soviet submarine, a K-129, from the Pacific Ocean floor using a purpose-built Hughes Glomar Explorer. This just sounds fucking awesome. What? Also called Jennifer by the press. Oh, okay. I think Project Azorian sounds cooler. Oh my god, this is so intricate. They even worked with scientists to develop methods for preserving the paper that had been underwater for years in hopes of being able to recover and read the submarine's code books. Wow. Holy shit. The ship recovered a portion of the K-129, but a mechanical failure in the grapple caused 2/3 of the recovered section to break off during recovery. So it basically worked up until it didn't. Very interesting. So this was fundamentally like a giant crane that would be precisely lowered and lifting it up. And it went down. Wow. 1,600 miles. So realistically, if we still had the Hughes Glomar Explorer here with this equipment, they could just call that bitch up right now and actually stand a chance if they could locate them. Because they're, what was it, 2,000 miles down? I forgot already. Oh, wait. Oh my god, I keep doing this to myself. This is not how deep they were. This is approximately 1,600 miles northwest of Hawaii. That is the second time I've done that. That is the second fucking time I've done that. Yes, they're the length of the Earth's core deep. Yeah. Or length of the Earth deep. Yeah. Thanks, Prime John. They'd be like actually in hell. 1,600 miles deep. I was thinking feet, but for some reason my brain was registering miles, and this was just still how far away it was from the position. I work on submarines, they're fucked. They're scary, man. They are so scary. I've said that for actual years. I just said that a minute ago, and I'll say it again. I think the most miserable place you could ever imagine in reality is a submarine. Worse than being on, like, the International Space Station, fucking stranded in space. A submarine has to be the worst place. These are the bits, Jack and Kev. That's what I've heard, Kev. Thanks to the resub Shinobi, Think, and Stick, and Blaze. Yeah, we talked about that the other day, Jack, when it happened. James Cameron about to come out of retirement to rescue him. I mean, legitimately, do they have that? James Cameron has what, the second deepest manned mission in the sea, I think. The Deep Sea Challenger. I believe it's still the second deepest. There's the Prime Nefarious, Durbin, and the resub Lug, and the bits Akazino. Yeah, well, I know that one very well, Akazino. That one's very popular. Resub Minx. I thought he went the deepest. I thought he was second deepest. Oh, you know what it might have been? I think you're right. I think he was the deepest manned mission, but they went deeper with like a drone or something. We watched a video on it a long time ago. No, I don't think there's like sea monsters or anything in the ocean, but there is a very real thing that I see people bring up occasionally, and it always blows my mind, that we know more about space than we do about like the deepest parts of our ocean. Because space is more accessible to us than like the deepest parts of the ocean, which I find crazy. No, we don't. No, that's like actually true. Let me see. Like we can, here, how about this? We can know more about space than the deepest parts of our oceans right now. This gets brought up occasionally. And every time it does, I still find it baffling. Because the pressure just makes it really hard to actually analyze things there. Whereas in space with telescopes and shit, we can just look out freely. It's not like there's pressure that stops it. Here's a whole article about it from... well, this doesn't sound like a good reputable source, but it's Science How Stuff Works. But yeah, we've explored more of space than the ocean, according to this from Environment CO. It's talked about a lot, so I'm assuming they're correct. Thanks, a resub Shadow. That wouldn't even make sense. Why? I think it makes perfect sense. Again, we can look out into space without anything stopping us. We can't really look to the deepest parts of the ocean because we can't send anything to the deepest parts of the ocean because of the pressure. It's very, very difficult. So I think it makes sense. Space is infinite. Well, it's not like we've mastered space. Jesus Christ. The point is, we are more accessible to space knowledge than our deep ocean knowledge. Thus, we are more capable of learning about space right now than our own oceans. What do you mean? Like, I think it makes perfect sense.